You're finally freed from the narcissist and now you feel worse. You left and now all you can think about is going back. You were discarded and should be happy, but you're more miserable than ever. You feel like you're never going to get your life back or feel better. You feel like you're going crazy. These are things I hear all the time from those who've been in a relationship with a narcissist. No, you are not crazy. There are reasons you feel this way, and there are ways to unravel the mess that they've left behind. Hi everyone, I'm Shannon Petrovich with Therapist Talks Thrive Beyond Narcissism. It's so important to understand just evicting the narcissist from your life is only step one. Then the next steps are just as if not more important. Evicting them from your mind and from your heart. You likely feel a deep emptiness, a complete confusion about what to do, and a hopelessness that you will ever feel any better. Let's talk about why each of these three things is a lie that's come out of being with that person. No, you're not crazy. Your situation has just made you feel that way. First of all, that deep sense of emptiness when they're gone. Why is that? Well, it's because the dynamic the narcissist has drawn on all of your time, your attention, your focus, they've drawn it all onto them. This started very subtly, probably, and it escalated over time so that you may not have even noticed it at first. It begins with the love bombing and them wanting to spend all of their time with you. And of course, you need to spend all of your time with them. This might feel really good at first as you feel really valued and cared about, but unfortunately, it's not genuine, it's just a hook. If you stray into doing anything else for you or with other people, they will pout, get irritated, act hurt, or even angry. They'll usually try a number of different games to see which one will reel you back in. Maybe you respond to the guilt, like, I need you and you're not there for me. Or maybe the martyr, well, I guess I'm the only one that cares about this relationship. Or they just drop subtle abandonment threats. Well, if this doesn't matter enough to you, then maybe I should just call it quits. This isn't working. If you're falling for the love bombing and getting sucked in, one of their games will be that button that manipulates you into spending all of your time and attention with them. Then all they have to do is keep pushing that button and keep reeling you back in. Whenever you're not doing what they want or not puffing them up enough or giving them enough attention, they'll push that button again, and over time, they're isolating you away from family, friends, work colleagues, other activities, even cutting into your time with your kids or your work responsibilities. The result is that you actually begin to rely on them in a really twisted way. Since they've essentially starved you of any other support or fun or activity that you used to get from a whole host of people, you're living on their breadcrumbs, and then since you're existing at near starvation level off of their breadcrumbs, you're desperate not to lose them. When the threat of abandonment looms or happens, you feel completely empty and you panic. Even though this person is the most stressful part of your life and they cause you endless grief and anguish, you feel you can't live without them and you want them back desperately. And you feel a deep emptiness that seems can only be filled by them. But this is a lie. You are not empty. They are not filling you. And they are in fact the worst aspect of your life. You don't need them and you don't feel it right now, but you will fill that emptiness back in with your own healing, with your family, friends, work, kids, and the other activities you used to love. Your life will be whole and fulfilled again. The second lie is confusion. Because they've literally been messing with your head with their many games for the past many months or years, most people emerge from a narcissistic relationship feeling utterly lost and confused. The gaslighting, combined with the isolation, projection, the cycling of the love bombing with devaluing, has them so twisted up in their heads they believe much of what has been said. They believe that they are to blame for the problems in the relationship, that somehow they are deeply flawed and very unlovable, that this person is the only person who will ever love them. And I put love in quotes because they're not loving, so let's not believe they actually are loving you. I did a video called, "Did the Narcissist Ever Love Me?" And spoiler alert, no. This deep confusion takes time and work to clear it out. You need to, in a sense, detox from the source of the confusion, the narcissist, and any other flying monkeys if they have them. And then begin to check out reality and heal with feedback from others who really get it. Oftentimes, family and friends will not fully get what you've been through, so make sure that you're getting support from those who really do. These lies and this confusion have infiltrated your very being, and it takes time to root them out. The gaslighting directly attacks your sense of what's real and not real, who is responsible for what behaviors, and what actually happened. You are only responsible for your own attitudes and actions, period. You're not responsible for anyone else's emotions, their behaviors, their choices, and their reactions. A narcissist will not take responsibility for their behavior, and they always blame others. If you hadn't made me mad, I wouldn't have blown up. If you hadn't been late, I wouldn't have been so upset. If you weren't so pretty, I wouldn't be jealous. There's a twisted one. They're combining a compliment with their control and manipulation. By the way, someone who is insanely jealous is not in love with you. They are more likely than a cheater. When you're a stable, whole person, you are not insanely jealous. So when someone starts off with this sort of thing, run. I recently did a video called "How Not to Get Hooked by a Narcissist." I talk about the ways to distinguish between love and love bombing, and how to not fall for all this garbage. The projection is another thing that really messes with your reality. I'm hearing more and more about narcissists telling their victims that they are the narcissist. This usually happens if and when you're getting stronger and setting some boundaries. You're so selfish now. What happened to you? I loved you more when you were more loving and giving. You're so all about you and what you feel. What about me? And then there are the subtle threats of abandonment again. I guess you're all about you, so why do you need me? These lies have created the deep confusion you feel, and how you feel is actually a normal reaction to what you've been through. So validate and support yourself as you detox and recover. A client recently said she felt like she'd been indoctrinated into a cult. And it is like being in a cult, worshiping that narcissist. That's what they want and need to keep themselves afloat. But you need to have space to see what's real and what's brainwashing. And you need to deprogram yourself. Again, you'll need people who really get it to help with this. Third, you feel hopeless and that you will never feel any better, or that your life will never be full, fun, rich, and alive again. Through the processes we've just talked about and other games, they've literally molded you to be all about keeping their every mood placated and their very fragile ego puffed up. Your thoughts, your feelings, your wants, your needs have never mattered, and theirs have. By focusing entirely on them for however many months or years this has been going on, you've lost yourself, and there's a sense of not existing. This is a very horrible, horrible feeling, and is why many people stay in toxic relationships, or they get free and get back together over and over again. You are not crazy, you are not alone, and you are not hopeless. You can recover, and you can create the life you want that isn't controlled or manipulated or emptied out or confused by toxic people. If all this resonates with you, it's time to take your life back. You can do this, and you owe it to yourself to begin to set boundaries, to find, reclaim, and express yourself, to stand up for yourself, and get some distance from that narcissistic or otherwise toxic person. But that's not all. You have to heal, and that involves sorting through what happened, deprogramming yourself from all these games, all these toxic games, reconnecting with other people who get what you've gone through, and sorting through the mess this person left behind in your head and in your heart. You need to address those feelings of emptiness, confusion, and hopelessness, and replace them with clarity, a full life, and the not just hope but solid knowledge that you will come out of this better, stronger, and wiser than ever before. If you'd like extra support in your recovery from toxic abuse, please check out my website and my free training video about healing from toxic relationships by hitting the link below, healfromtoxicrelationships.com/info. And if you're interested in my masterclass and coaching, book a free call with me. Let's talk. Take good care of yourselves. Oh, and if you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you soon.